Hey guys, Rory coming at you from Timor-Leste. I'm in Dili, first time here. Going to Christo Rei today. It's a statue of Jesus that the Indonesians put here because it was sort of a way to say sorry, supposedly, for the invasion when they occupied Timor-Leste for almost 30 years. So anyway, I'm gonna go there. Gotta get a couple of buses there, could get a taxi, but it's fairly expensive. As you can see, this place is fairly underdeveloped. Sort of reminds me a bit of country Thailand. When I was in Sangkhlaburi, I have a video, you can go check that out. Sort of reminds me of there. People are super friendly though.
In Timor-Leste, the public transport system are called microlets. As you can see here, they're little vans. So there's 13 of them. And they go along different routes. So you hail one down, and then when you jump on, there's no fixed stops. So as long as you hail them down on their trajectory, it doesn't matter where you get on. Same as when you get off. As you can see here, there's actually quite a good view as you're going along. You can see a lot of the beach, you can see houses. But yeah, they sit about quite a few people. So there's two rails on either side in the back, two benches. So maybe on the longer bench you can have about 6 people sit on that, 6 or 7 people, and then on the other bench you can have about 4. But often they try to cram in as many people as they can, and then they have 1 or 2 people that sit in the front with the driver. And then sometimes I noticed some of the females will sit on other females' laps during busy periods, and also some of the males will hang out the door and they'll hold onto the door, which is obviously quite dangerous. They wouldn't let me do it. They made sure that I sat either next to the driver or inside the van. But yeah, it costs 25 centavos, which is 25 US cents. So they have their own local coins called centavos, which are worth 25 US cents. Well, each one's worth, it's the same as US money, except they're just local coins. So they have up to 100-cent coins. You tap a little coin on the rail, and then once you tap the coin, they will stop.
How's the serenity? I'm in Dili in Timor-Leste, also known as East Timor. Can't really see him now, but we've got the statue of Christo Rei up there, which the Indonesians built, or donated, whatever word you want to use, to the East Timorese after they occupied their land for about roughly 25 years. They had a big war of resistance and managed to get independence, and that's what Indonesia gave them to say sorry. A bit like when I was in China and the Japanese gave the Chinese a whole bunch of cherry blossoms to say sorry for the war and all the atrocities they did during the war. But yeah, 25 years roughly, probably more actually, of resistance. What a sad story. They resisted the Portuguese for a long time, and they were under Portuguese rule, colonial rule, for a long time. There's a lot of Portuguese influences here, food, language. The Tetum language has a lot of Portuguese in it. A bit like how our language is influenced by, you know, French and Norwegian, Viking languages, Roman, all that sort of stuff. Hello! I don't know what this is, I'm assuming it's a little park. It's pretty cool. It's bloody hot though. I am sweaty. The old humidity. It's more humid than Darwin. I mean, we're further north of Darwin, but still, far out. Cool. I don't know if this is to do with religion. They're Catholic. I'm not sure if it's a park. I don't know. No idea. There's no information. And if there was information, it would not be in English, I doubt. The people here are so friendly. I was told that, but I'm not saying that people aren't friendly anywhere else in the world. In Thailand, they're really friendly, but here they just seem really friendly. I've had a few people, mainly kids, ask me for money. I've had that in China as well when I was in the Yuanyang rice terraces, but they weren't hostile about it. They just asked me for money. But here, everyone asks for directions and no problem. Where you going? Do you need water? Bought some water, 25 cents a bottle. I don't know what 25 cents American is to Australian money, but maybe like 40 cents for a bottle of water, 30 cents. You'd be lucky to get that for $2 back home. Some things here are expensive, hey. Transport seems cheap. Taxis are expensive. It's like 15 bucks for a taxi. Look at this, mate. That's a bit how you're going. Anyway, have to be careful. Don't fall down a hole. But yeah, transport's cheap if you get a taxi. A bit more how you're going. But yeah, you get a taxi. Taxi's expensive. It's like 15 bucks to go anywhere in a taxi. It's like what, 20 bucks? I mean, it's probably cheaper than home, but it does seem expensive compared to other countries around. But yeah, the bus ride was 25 cents, so I had to get 2 buses here to Christo Rei. One was 25 cents, the other was another 25 cents. It was quite a far ride, maybe like 12 kilometers. Back home in an Uber, that'd be easy, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. So 25 cents or 30 cents Aussie, double that, 60 cents. It's not bad, eh? But yeah, some things seem expensive, some things seem cheap. Accommodation, I'll show you my accommodation later, but I'm paying like 12 bucks a night, but I'm staying in a really, I won't say rough, but it's a very basic hostel. Whereas there's some hotels around that are like $100 US or more a night, which is similar to home prices. I'm not even going to bother to read that in Teton, but it says Jesus is taken from the cross. I was going to sit here, but it's probably disrespectful considering it's got Jesus' name written on it. I can find a place to sit. Maybe this will be alright for now. There it is, big Dili down there, the capital of Timor-Leste. What a beautiful spot. The beaches are pretty unspoilt. The ocean looks pretty clear. Apparently it's good diving, good snorkeling. I'm gonna go to, I think it's Aitoro, I don't know how you say it. It's an island that way somewhere. I'm gonna go there tomorrow morning. 3-hour journey apparently, 3 hours there, 3 hours back, 6 hours for about 3 or 4 hours of snorkeling, but hopefully it's worth it. I've been told it's better to snorkel there. Here he is, Jesus Christ, or Christo Rei, as this is called. Christo Rei. There he is in all his glory. Donated by the Indonesians after the, they don't call it a war, they call it the, what do they call it? Can't remember. There's a word, the resistance, they call it the resistance. Anyway, he was donated. Supposedly he's facing Jakarta, which is that way, supposedly. Who knows if that's true or not.
Let the sun never rise and the moon never shine again. And all the stars in the sky, one by one, fade away. Oh, the darkest of nights could never hide all my love for you. It's a flame that's burning bright, so much brighter every day. There's no one else that makes me feel quite like you do. Only you.
I'm so grateful that I came to this place. Ever since I was far out, I don't know, 15, I think year 10, maybe year 9, 14 or 15. I sort of had a weird calling to come here. I met a guy when I was at school. I went to school with a guy called Eric. Shout out Eric, if you're watching, probably not. Haven't spoken to each other for a very long time. He was a year below me, but anyway, he was from East Timor and used to tell me about East Timor, Timor-Leste as it's now known. And then I remember doing a fair bit of research. I did an assessment on it. I can't remember, it was for HAS. Well, it wasn't called HAS back then, it was Society Environment or SOS. I can't remember what year, maybe year 10, maybe year 11? Nah, it was before upper school, I think it was year 10. I did a assessment on East Timor and how they got independence and fought against Indonesians and blah blah blah, and I was just really interested because you don't hear anything about it. And then a friend of mine, Grumpy, or Mark, shout out Mark, or Grumpy, if you're watching, he lived here for a while with his wife, and yeah, told me all about it, and I thought, what a cool place to come visit. It's just beautiful. It's just really, I mean, it's hot, far out, I'm hot. I was about to say it was a cool day, but it's not a cool day. It's cool in terms of it's cool, like cool, fully sick, but in terms of heat, it's bloody hot, it's humid, but it's a beautiful place. But yeah, like I was saying, I sort of had a calling to come here, and I decided to come here, and it's cool. I feel like I'm only going to scratch the surface though, because I'm only going to be in and around Dili. It's very hard to get around. I mean, I could hire a scooter or a car, but it just looks too dangerous, and the more I hear about it and read about it, it just sounds really dangerous. The roads are potholed. A lot of the roads aren't even roads, they're just like dirt tracks with big potholes or big holes in them. You know, no barriers down to the you know, off the cliff or whatever. So I think I'll give that a miss, and I'll just do what I can around town. There seems to be a fair bit to do around here, so if I ever come back, at least I've got more to do. Wow, it's such a beautiful place. I've had a bit of a rough beginning of the year. I sort of had a rough end of last year and a sort of rough start of this year, and definitely this is what I needed. I thought about, I don't know, I sort of booked it ages ago. I booked it like September, October last year, maybe earlier. I booked it fairly early last year, this trip. I tend to do that, I just book trips and then future Rory can deal with them. But I sort of thought about cancelling it and going back to Thailand or somewhere I could chill, but this is chill for me, hey. Like, I just hiked up a friggin' mountain, but, well, I wouldn't call it a mountain. I hiked up a hill. It's quite steep, but it's pretty chill. It's better than sitting at home playing games, being bored. I just can't sit around. Everyone's like, why do you do so much travelling, Rory? I just get so bored, man. I sit around, and school holidays, it's just 2 weeks. I'm just bored. I'd rather just go somewhere cool. I got money. I got time. So why not come to somewhere like here? But yeah, it's a bit expensive to get here. I was like, I don't know if I've said it already, but it was like, I think I got the flights about 300 each. I think it was like 550 or 600 from Darwin to here. It's only like an hour and 20-minute flight. So it's pretty expensive. They're usually about 500 each, so $1,000 round trip with QantasLink. I guess I can charge whatever they want because they're the only company that fly here. You can either fly here from Darwin or from Denpasar, from Bali. But I flew here from Darwin because I went to Darwin, saw a mate. You'll see some other videos about Darwin. Don't know if they'll come out before this or not. But anyway, yeah, it was quite expensive to get here. But I thought when I went to book them, they were on special. So I was like, oh, well, they're on special. So surely that's the world telling me I need to come here. The visa process is pretty easy. You just pay $30 at the airport. You literally put the money, it's American dollars here, they use American dollars. So as an Australian, it's quite pricey because obviously Aussie dollars to American dollars is not very good. We have to, I think it was like 0.55 or 64, I can't remember. It was pretty bad when I bought them. But yeah, you literally put $30 American inside your passport, hand it to a lady, and she just like stamps your passport with a visa, hands it back to you. The whole immigration, I don't know if I can talk about the immigration process, but I will anyway. It was pretty chill. Like, they asked me if I had food in my bag, and I was like, yeah, I do, and they didn't even check it. They were like, okay, see ya. Yeah, it was really chill, really relaxed. Small airport, but I guess I only get like 2 or 3 flights a day, maybe less. Yeah, so far so good. The people are super friendly. Everything Like I said before, some things are expensive, some things are cheap. Depends. Everything's in American dollars, so it's a bit different. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and keep exploring.